Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down. And the old Seaman is on a little bit of a trailer watch and run, man. It feels good to be back playing around in the area that really got me into YouTube, like even more so than the reviews. While reviews were where I started, once I was able to start doing trailer reactions, it's always one of my favorite things to do. And you know, at the end of last year, kind of fell out of rhythm, getting back into it. And yesterday we got the Fantastic Four trailer. It was a fantastic day, at least for me, and I think some diehard Fantastic Four fans. If you didn't love the trailer, I get it, but if you did, I also for sure get that, because I was hyped. I can't wait. This movie, I think, is gonna rock. It's just doing really cool things. You want to see my whole reaction for that? It's right up there. We do have some other trailers that I looked at and recorded yesterday before coming down to Jersey. Haven't had a chance to edit those, and we will get to them eventually, some more horror trailers. But now we're going to pivot, because yesterday was Fantastic Day, today is Jurassic Day. And while the Jurassic franchise has had its ups and downs, I'm always excited when it comes around. And the fact that coming off the last one, which is probably the movie I have the most issues with because it was just such a wasted opportunity to play with dinosaurs running around in the world, I'm really hoping that with a new cast and a new creative team and a fresh start, we find something interesting and fresh feeling for this franchise. What are we talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat? We are getting ready to take a look at the official trailer. No teasers out here from Universal. Official trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth. And like I said, man, I always get psyched when Jurassic comes around. I mean, Jurassic Park is a top 10 movie for me. You can never argue otherwise, in my opinion. If you don't have it in a top 10, that's cool. But you can never convince me that it's not a top 10 movie. I mean, a movie in 1993 that looks better than movies in the 2020s, wild. But as a kid, like, you want to talk about being transported. It was the thing growing up Steven Spielberg did better than anybody else. Took me to places, him and Lucas, took me to places that I could never go. And I love seeing how you play around with Jurassic. And like I said, there are good threads in the Jurassic franchise story to pull on where you could get good material. And I think if you're going to bring it back again, you've got a strong creative team for this first one. I love the idea of bringing David Cope back. He wrote the original Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park The Lost World, or Lost World Jurassic Park. My two favorite Jurassic movies of all time. Yes, he's had his ups and downs. Most recently, Presence. Like, there's some really good stuff in there, but there's some things I got some questions about. Same, Dial of Destiny, Kimmy, You Should Have Left, The Mummy. Like, Cope has had some ups and downs, but his Jurassic movies have always slapped for me. So him being on the writing side gets me really excited. And then you got Gareth Edwards behind the camera. You guys know how stoked I get for Edwards because he comes from the world of visual effects. I would expect this movie to be the best looking Jurassic movie since the original. I mean, the dude understands scale, scope, where you're going to put things in CGI. He understands how to do practical. I would assume there's going to be a good combination of that, and I hope this movie looks the best that we have seen Jurassic in quite some time. And then when you talk about the cast, I mean, we got a cast I'm down to ride with, man. I mean, ScarJo, anytime she's involved in anything, I get super hyped. Love her. Love the idea that she's going to be the lead for this new franchise for Jurassic. Real pumped about that. And then you surround her with very competent, talented folks. I mean, Mahershala Ali, Ed Skrein, Rupert Friend, Jonathan Bailey. Like, you got a good cast. We got a good creative team. I am psyched to take a look at this trailer. So let's not waste any more time and get the trailer up for you. I've got it up in front of me, and let's take a look at what we are getting with the official trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth. Oh, man.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
Sorry, what mission?
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives.
Oh, baby.
It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh my God.
Fortunately for us,
are we?
all these species
I guess we're back at
exist
the original
in one
island.
isolated place. Can you be ready tomorrow?
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less.
More or less.
So it looks like they're breaking down the park again.
He's your guy?
We're the best
Oh,
at moving
yes.
things and people in and out of places they should.
I feel like Mahershala is always so rigid.
Towards Barbados. Avoid government patrol, but there aren't that many anymore.
Why's that?
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
Looks like he's having fun though. Here for that.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic.
Oh, let's go!
We need DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg?
Going back to the original research facility.
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
A flying
Maybe
carnivore.
we should make it quick.
Oh man! Oh no! I told you though, man, this thing looks stunning.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Too dangerous for the original park. Oh, we got
The worst
raptors!
of the
We got
worst.
T-Rexes! Oh,
We're left here.
that hand didn't look like a normal T-Rex split. Oh, what is that? A new world is born.
We put ourselves
There's
in a
the
place
Rex.
we don't belong.
Dude, what? Some of these dinosaurs are crazy looking.
Survival is a long shot.
I love when survival is a long shot.
What the hell are those?
They're helping the mosasaur.
Defend territory.
Oh no!
stalk, Hunt.
None of what you just said is
Yeah,
good.
all of those things are bad. Oh man! Oh, mosasaur! Bruh, you gonna give me a stinger? Nope. In theaters in July. I feel very vindicated. I think visually, the movie looks great. I mean, the dinosaurs look fantastic. Like I said, I mean, Gareth Edwards, coming from the visual effect world, is somebody who's going to make this look great. Now, I'm not saying that the other Jurassic movies haven't looked great. I just hate when there's no practical dinosaurs. And I'm not saying that I saw any per se here, but I would expect Edwards to have some practical in there. But even if he doesn't, I mean, he did Godzilla. You know, I mean, he doesn't need practical. But I do most like, Jurassic Universal was the logo that was just on the screen. I most like the Jurassic World movies, though, when you do have practical dinosaurs in there. That being said, the dinos we're seeing, like, one, you got a fun team, like there's a mission, you need to get DNA. Like, it's got Lost World vibes, right? Like, let's go back to this island where dinosaurs are just kind of about, and we got to, like, go to a place to get a thing and then get out of there. So I like that energy. I think, Cope really has a handle on that type of a story coming off of Lost World. So I like that you're playing with elements like that. And that, again, like I said, you got ScarJo in the lead, and her number 2 is freaking Mahershala. And I like that Mahershala looks like he's having fun, but also like he's gonna be badass, and also maybe slightly worried about these dinosaurs when you see his face like that. But yeah, I mean, going back to the original facility, like seeing research things that were going on with like raptors and tanks, those look all practical. But then, like, when you start getting into these dinos, like, okay, we're finding the eggs, we're getting the DNA, but getting out of here ain't gonna be easy. You got pterodactyl-type carnivore-looking dinosaurs. I'm always down for flying. I feel like, I guess the pterodactyls really got their most play in the first Jurassic World movie. But anytime you can play with flying dinosaurs, like, that's gonna be fun. I mean, just look at the stunt, like that. And that's the other thing, too. Like, you might not love Cope for Dial of Destiny or Crystal Skull, but I think, that the Indiana Jones type vibes mixed with the Jurassic vibes, I'm seeing that present here, and, like, those are good combos for me. Like I said, visually, we've seen Edwards play with red flares before. They really light up the screen so beautifully when it's dark. Love that we've got raptors. I love that we don't see the raptors outside of just that little, like, where they are. This behemoth, right? Like, the idea of dinosaurs too dangerous to take to the park. And it makes you wonder, like, how much, like, while it was the original research facility, was there any research going into the cross-pollination of species, which is what we saw at Jurassic World? Like, did any of that start here? And is that why we got these monstrous dinosaurs in the first place? Here you were thinking T-Rex, but that foot looking more like a hand, you know what I mean? So I can only imagine what that behemoth is. I think we get one more look at it. Is it here? This made me think it was the T-Rex, because very classic T-Rex move. There it is. Oh, wait. Look at its head. Like, look at its head. It almost looks like freaking Doomsday from BVS. But it's like it also has, you know what it also has? It also has some vibes of the dinosaurs in that Sam Raimi movie, 65, with Adam Driver. Like, that looks more like a monster than a dinosaur. And that's a cool vibe for me, man, because dinosaurs are monsters. You know what I mean? So to have one that looks kind of like a monster, I mean, its head is so, like, it's so amalgamous. Is that the word? Like, it doesn't feel like it has, like, a rigid, like, I'm looking for necks, and either way, terrifying. And, like, how is Mahershala getting out of that? That thing's right in front of him. I love seeing the old school, like, bringing back the Jeep. Yes. And again, I love being at an abandoned place, right? Like, we don't know where things are. You can play more into the horror elements there, and I think that's something that's been sorely lacking in the Jurassic movies outside of J.A. Bayona's the second one that he did in The Lost World. Like, that brought some of the horror vibes back, but that's one of those where I love when we can live in that world, and an isolated old facility does that. Now, again, I don't love going back to a park or research. At least, like, at least the research facility is a little different. Really wanted to see them play with dinosaurs in the real world. But that being said, I think what you've got here, going back to, like, the original research facility, it just allows you to play, I think, with more horror elements. You're bringing Dilophosaurus. Come on, bro. Like, classic. I love it. Here for it. And then there's our guy. You cannot... I mean, it might not be our guy, because that T-Rex is... I don't remember where they ended up with that T-Rex, but, like, obviously, like, the Jurassic Park T-Rex is very important. I don't believe this is our T-Rex, but hey, we got a Rex on the island, so, like, here for that. There's that, but this thing looks like a monster. Like, did we get Doomsday from WB? Like, did we call it DC? We're like, yo, DC, can we take Doomsday? Like, he didn't really look like Doomsday in your BVS movie, but he could almost pass for a dinosaur. Like, what? Look at this guy. You gotta get the... Oh, I love anytime you can see a T-Rex. Look, like, what is happening? Like, it's got... What? It doesn't look anything like a dinosaur. That looks horrific. I can't wait, man. And then... I love when this, too, was cool. Like, the fact that you got a Mosasaurus circling them, and you've got these little dinosaurs out there that are going to help out. Like, look out. I don't know. I think visually the action setups, as I would expect, look very strong.
None of what you just said is good.
But, like, I think Gareth has such a great handle on visual effects and action sequences and that stuff. Like, I think this visually looks very strong. You know, storyline wise, like I said, I like the idea of going back to the original research center and, like, playing around with things there, and the fact that these are dinosaurs that were deemed too dangerous to bring over to the park. That gives me hopeful horror vibes, and, like, I don't know how you could be anything other Rebirth. Like, look at the pretty logo too. Like, I just don't know how you, if you're a Jurassic fan, how you're not at least psyched coming out of this first one. Yes, it looks like it's playing with things we've played with before, and there's a lot of classic elements in there. But, like, I don't know. I'm always, I think, the most excited at the beginning of a new Jurassic franchise, because possibilities are endless, and the fact that, like, we're not bringing the park back together. We're not playing necessarily with, like, people trying to steal, although they are trying to gain DNA, so I wonder what that's about. But I don't like this. Just seems like it's got things that we could play with that work well in the world of Jurassic. And like I said, I think Cope and Edwards are a good creative team. We've got a nice cast. I've been rambling for far too long. I'm in. I'm stoked. I'm excited. I'll be honest. I'm excited for the new Jurassic World. The question is, what about you? Are you down to get back on the Jurassic bandwagon this quick, right? I don't think we've had the franchise rebooted this fast. And again, it's not a reboot. We're still in universe, but it's, a new group, a new storyline, going somewhere different than the last 3 movies. So do you think it's too soon to bring Jurassic back? Or, are you psyched? Did the last Jurassic leave enough of a bitter taste in your mouth that like you want to go back to, get a good taste in your mouth? If you want that, I'm telling you, Camp Cretaceous and I can't remember. I haven't watched all of the most recent seasons, but the new iteration, like the animated Jurassic stuff, is the best stuff since the first 2 movies. You really want to like get hyped for Jurassic? Go watch those. It would be cool to see some of those storylines start to be weaved into maybe this part of the franchise. I would like to see that group come over from live action. So is that something that you're into? Would you watch the animated shows before this in case maybe you're playing with things that cross over? Because to this point, those shows have at least in their own background elements of the other movies present, which is cool. Like I think if you just get the right story, you can always have a good time with Jurassic. So are you psyched? Are you not? What's looking good? What's not? What do you think of the cast, the creatives, good, bad, indifferent on our official trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth? Put it down below in the comments section. Look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with the C-Man anytime we're talking movies, TV, trailer, reactions, you want to be here for our look at Jurassic World in July when it gets here. Want to know my thoughts, want to see what I think of any other trailers that come out. You just want to show a little love and support. Come join C-Maniac Nation. Super easy. Jump over there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time, for the C-Man Cinema Sit Down, I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace.
C-Maniac Nation, you look nervous. Is it the scars? Would you like to know where I got them? No? Well, then maybe you'd like to see another video with the C-Man. How about up here or over here? And if you really dig the C-Man, well, then show him a little love. Right over there.